Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it comes up, the show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it comes up, the show goes on.
Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through they teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they ass. See, that's how that Shadow made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it come up, the show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody
Chad, good morning, baby. Tuesday, and hope you guys are ready. Just want to make sure my audio is good. Yeah, audio looks good. Chad, big day. A lot of stuff happening in the office today. We flew in a care package from Cape Town in the form of Rydal Fixes in the house, and after the stream we'll be setting up for the podcast, so that's going to be a good one. Keeks, good morning, my brother.
Morning, brother. I hope you're well.
How are you feeling?
I'm good, Feeling energized for today. I feel like it's going to be a banger.
Obviously feeling good in that Bogart drip. Man, Chad, pray for Keegan. This man is turning into a proper trading influencer now. Bogart, Nike dunks on you.
The boys got to rep those demo profits.
Next up, you're gonna see this man coming here with Rolexes, and I just need to be the responsible guy. Yeah. But Chad, yesterday nothing really matched for me in the market. Keeks, did you? Yeah. Keeks took a gold trade in the morning.
We took gold in the morning, which was a banger, and then the gold sells literally as our stream cut off.
But I think you did share it with the guys.
I did share it. I said to the guys, if we got the break below, we were going to take sales.
All right. So, Chad, nothing for me. Neil actually asked me if I would have taken anything, and I'm very honest. As the power went out, we actually had our aircon serviced, so I had to wait for the guys. So I didn't actually look at the charts, but nothing for me. As mentioned, today is the start of the week technically, because this is where a lot of the data is going to start coming out, and this week the data is going to come thick and fast, so I hope you guys are ready for that. You don't want to sleep on it. You also don't want to get yourself into trouble very early on in the week, so keep it easy. There's going to be so much opportunity this week. And Chad, quickly looking at the economic calendar, we already had Euro consumer spending out of France. We had GDP coming out of France, literally as expected. Unemployment rate a little bit lower in Japan this morning. And then obviously we've got, Spain. Big deck of data for Spain. And then the big one a little bit later, GDP out of Germany, obviously one of the biggest economies in Europe. And we also have ECB Lane tapping the wires a little bit later at 11. And then also Italian GDP, so big one. A little bit later, also 12 o'clock, we've got GDP coming out of the Eurozone, ECB specifically. That's also a big one to monitor. And then house price index, jolts, and consumer confidence. even though it's showing as mid-tier data, I do think it's going to provide some type of foresight into what's going to happen the rest of the week. But myself and Keeks, we're going to chat about the dollar as we go. So Chad, as mentioned, just quickly going to run down from the top down. Weekly, we are still bullish. We've already actually filled the weekly wick, so that was the easy target to the upside. My question now is, remember yesterday in the session we mentioned that it's very probable that we could potentially come back in the range after testing that 200-day period moving average, and that's exactly what we did. Closed bullish. We actually gapped down today. We're pushing up now. So again, I'm neutral on the day. The dollar hasn't gone anywhere for the last 2 weeks. So 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly break it down. 80, weirdly enough, since what time was this? 6:45 last night, GMT +2. 80 started trading below the 200, actually came down after hitting that daily resistance, that R1, and now we're back at the top of that range. So let's quickly look at this. We've got the daily pivot and that range that we mentioned yesterday lining up. So is this the fake out for the dollar to come lower? It seems that way, and I think this will be confirmed once we get back inside of the Asia range. Then I would say I can get bearish. The other case scenario is that we again do something similar to what we did yesterday. We start breaking out of this range back to the upside. But again, what's going to be the driving factor? We only have US data a little bit later this afternoon. So just this for me, key level this morning. Keeks, I think let's do the dollar together. So I'm going to throw over to Keeks. Keeks, now weirdly enough, your price tab is chalked. Just pull it to the left. Sorry, I don't know what changed. Go a little bit more. Perfect. All right, Chad. Let's deal with the dollar first, because that's obviously the big one causing headaches. Keeks, you are live, my brother.
Right, brother. So I am bearish on dollar now. Purely, guys, this is going to our analysis. We gave it yesterday. Go back and watch it to the T for you guys. So we were breaking about out of that range. But I said to you guys, you're going to watch that 200. And I said to you, I still had 450 on the cards. And why did I have 450 on the cards? We never tested it the last time. That is not a test. The zone wasn't there. It's not a test. If you're going to test something, you don't come a centimeter away from it. You flip it and hit it. So yesterday we came up and we hit that 450. That's what we wanted to see. After touching that, the dollar absolutely melted away. This is giving me that rejection I wanted to see. So now we finally did test that key level, and we showed, as I told you about, the bulls are not getting what they wanted. The bears are really starting to show the guys what is happening. Going in now to the daily, if we start looking at that, or the 4 hour, you'll see we had a massive jump to the downside. So now we are back underneath this key level. So just funny how things are working out for the dollar. We traded up, hit that thing like a brick wall, came right back down with the closure underneath that breakaway zone. So that's what we were watching for yesterday. Had that breakaway, we traded right back in, and then today with a massive gap downwards, obviously traded up to fill the gap, and now are holding that key area again. So I wouldn't be surprised to see dollar hold this and absolutely melt downwards. On the 15, if we look at that side, we have basically traded up. So this is where it gets interesting, guys. You have the EQ above us, and the daily pivot is, that's the weekly pivot. Where the hell's our daily pivot? Let me just find that quickly. Where is it? Do you see it on my screen?
Your daily pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the middle. It's literally just above your...
Oh, there. It's literally on that key area as well.
Yeah. There's
I literally couldn't see that from
Yeah.
But okay, so that means we have tested now our daily pivot. The EQ, remember, guys, so the EQ, while I always say, if you're going to have a breakaway or reversal, the EQ will not be tested, because especially yesterday with a very expansive day, your EQ might be a little bit out of place. So for example, now the fact that our pivot is literally on this key flip area, I'd probably see this be tested, not even the EQ. So if we start breaking back below, have the retest to show rejection is holding resistance, then we'll start trading back down. Asia highs, straight off the bat, Asia lows untested, and we'll start going trading down to that weekly pivot as we spoke about yesterday. So far, dollar playing out spot on for us, but I am bearish on the dollar for the day now.
All right, thanks, Keeks. Chat straight over to now. My price tab is chalked. I don't know what's happening. Okay, Chad, US 30, let's quickly look at it weekly. Again, for the guys that didn't watch yesterday's analysis, still bullish. I mentioned to you guys, please do not try and short into this. If there's any tip I can give you, this is not thumb sucking. This comes from people that have been here before us. Larry Williams as well talks about this in one of his books, Price Discovery. Nothing as yet confirmed a resistance. We are literally in new territory. If you think about the Dow theory as well, they talk about the late buyers. So you've got this euphoria going on. People saying, look, have you seen the market at all-time highs? Everybody wants to get involved. So it's going to be quite some time up until we're going to get a decent pullback. So please, if you short, again, please do not marry that idea. Daily, again, closing strong bullish. Nothing yet showing me that we want to pull back. Please don't try and catch a top. There's a saying that top pickers and bottom pickers become cotton pickers. So the guys trying to catch a top, just follow the order flow. Daily still bullish, 5-minute time frame. However, we're starting to fizz a little bit here. 80 is still firmly bullish. At no stage has this 80 from Thursday last week, we have not looked back. It is still looking bullish. Where can we go to from here? I'm thinking potentially we can come all the way back down to this daily pivot. I'll still be looking for potential buys there. The other side of the coin is we start trading back inside of the Asia range. Very easy for you then to target yesterday's highs. So keep that in mind. Keep a watch on the 80. And before I go over to Nasdaq, let's just quickly look at what happened during Asia overnight. Chad, give me 1 second. Hang Seng closing down almost 2%. So very negative order flow coming through the Chinese market. And Nikkei, where is my Nikkei? Nikkei closing literally flat on the day, 0.11%. So relatively mixed day to bearish order flow. So could that have a little bit of effect on the US indices? I don't know, we'll need to see. But Nasdaq daily time frame, nice strong daily breakout here. Again, one of the patterns we talked about yesterday. As mentioned, we are bearish up until we break the previous daily high. I also mentioned that at any time can we start pulling away from this level. Perfect little retest, perfect little break. And going on the 5 minutes, so daily for me clearly bullish. Let me just put it this way, bullish on the day, 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly look at the 5. 80 firmly bullish. Nothing indicating selling pressure there for me. However, here we've got that daily zone, that breakout level, so we could pull back all the way to here and then come all the way back to the Asia lows. Otherwise, you're going to see us trading just back into the Asia range, and then we're going to go again and see where the sellers is sitting in the markets. Again, sellers are not really prevalent in the current market conditions, but still bullish for me. You've got your daily pivots to monitor. Keegs, over to you for the indices, and you're alive, my brother.
All right, guys. So I think literally you guys can go back and watch the analysis yesterday. We were pretty much spot on with everything. So Nasdaq playing out beautifully. We're going to start breaking that one down a little bit there. But if you start going over to the daily, you can see this thing just held that little pullback, taking out the low of the previous day, as we always like to with our indices, and then just flipping around to the other side. So when we go over to the 15 for today, guys, very simple. I want us to be trading down for the day, actually. We want to be going down this extension to the pivot. Again, I don't see the EQ because of a very expansive day yesterday, but the pivot is definitely on the table for us. We start holding that even with that sweep above. I'll wait just until we get above Asia lows, and I'll take my buys from there. Once you start regaining that, obviously Asia has the straightaway and the weekly resistance, just that continuation. But US 30 absolutely running away yesterday. Very expansive day. We spoke about this flip, testing that weekly pivot, and then turning around, holding that. So on the 4 hour, you guys will see exactly how that played out. We had the test, hold, waited for the break above. Once you had that break, there she blew. So all the way up to the weekly resistance. Very simple today as well, guys. You'll see we're just starting to hold this. I do want to take note that we had a closure under the weekly resistance, then closed above, and the next candle right back under again. So we do just want to take note of that one, but I am still bullish at this point in time. So it will be very, very similar to NAS. We just want to see the pivot tested with a little bit of a pullback, hold that with the sweep, and once we start getting back above Asia lows, I will look to take my buys for the continuation all the way to the top. So yeah, bullish on US equities.
Perfect. Chad, over to you, Jay. Again, just quickly want to talk about the weekly. Remember, I said I'm still bullish on the weekly. Again, I mentioned we can literally pull all the way back to last week's low and still flip bullish. However, daily time frame, what is the picture that we've got on the daily? So yesterday, again, rejecting this key level. So a lot of overhead resistance at this level right there. And then also this little support area being broken, retested. And then yesterday, closing literally with a little nipple. This is literally like barely underneath there, but it did close underneath. So I technically should be bearish on this. However, I am bullish on the week. On the daily time frame, however, we've already traded down. We've already taken yesterday's low. So for me, it becomes very difficult. Like, where was the liquidity taken? Little to no top wick. We've got this key level right here on the daily time frame. Look left with me. You can see a lot of support there. A lot of support then turned into rejection. And now the first time, actually the second time testing it. And also you can see this little cluster of support right here. So are we going to break below that and continue lower? That is the question now on the 5 minute. Let's quickly look on the 580, still firmly bearish. And again, we are already trading at the Asia lows. Your daily pivot all the way up here. And there's that key level, 147.35. For me to execute on this becomes very difficult, Chad, if I'm very honest, because ideally I want to short from Asia highs, or I want to short from Asia lows. If we get an impulsive move below Asia lows and that first retest, I then want to get involved in the short. So for me, I'm just going to leave it as B and see how price develops. Nothing clean there for me. GJ weekly time frame, very interesting. We have now broken last week's low. Now this becomes a potential weekly double top formation. We still have this potential breakout zone to come and retest, and that bullish weekly outlook potentially turning bearish now. Yesterday closing firmly below. Here you can clearly see that for me is a structure break. We rejected that 188, that key level right there. Next up, we've got 186.57. Below that, we've got 185.50. So on the day, I am going bearish. But also, again, Chad, keep in mind that my outlook on the yen is still overall bearish with the macro outlook on the yen. Unless they start changing their monetary policy, the yen is going to be overall weak for months and years to come. 5 minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? Again, 80 firmly bearish. Yesterday, some nice trades that I did not participate in, purely due to the fact we were trading at session lows, weekly lows. It's a Monday. At any stage we can pull back. So this for me becomes a little bit easier now. We've got two levels to potentially trade from. If we're going to trend lower, this daily S1 needs to reject, or I'm going to look at potential sells from the Asia low level to come and retest this pre-session low. So we'll see how price develops going into the session. EJ, real quick, weekly time frame. Weekly also breaking down last week's low, but again, we've got this previous breakout zone that we have yet to test. So if I'm looking on a weekly perspective, we've got a little bit more to go, about 50-60 pips for that breakout zone down there. And then the daily as well, fairly simple, trading below this previous support break, also trading back into this zone. So most likely this becomes our range now for the day. If we're going to continue the bearish momentum, most likely you'll see us come and test this level here today. Or if we're going to start bouncing, this is the level where Euro Yen needs to start bouncing, but daily still firmly bearish. And the 5 minute time frame, what do we have? There's that key level, still trading above the daily S1. Asia lows literally just nipped Was that the retest? Are we going to start getting back into the Asia range? I don't know. I'm going to let price develop. Yen pairs have been a little bit one-sided to start off the week, and then going over to gold. Quickly want to look at what gold is doing. Weekly time frame, as mentioned, I was bearish up until we broke last week's high. So this for me now becomes Larry Williams calls it a smash play, where a trade literally reverses, takes out a previous weekly high. He actually would, in his case, the way that he trades it, he'll actually have pending buy stops there and to trade this higher, because it takes a lot of volume to break a previous weekly high or low. So on the daily time frame, very easily bullish for me. Why is it bullish for me? We can see that this was the first daily candle in almost a week and a half, closing back into this range. So now our range becomes 2030 to 2045. After that, we've got 2045 to 2077. So I am bullish on the day because we've made a new low. This lower high failed to create a new low, Chad. So this is weak. If price creates, let me just show this to you on a chart. If price does something like this, where it's continuously creating new lows and a lower high fails to take out that low, this becomes a weak high and price will target that. So this is for me a potential shift now back to bullish order flow. And just purely looking at ranges, for those of you that have been with me for a while, I purely look at where we are in the range and where is the opposite end of the range we can target. So my targets for today on gold is 2046. 5 minute time frame, what do we have on the 5? Let's look at it real quick. We've got our Asia range here again, breaking out of the Asia range, already creating a session high, already creating a weekly high, which makes it a little bit difficult for us. I want to say ideal buys. The ideal buy scenario is down here. Daily pivot, Asia lows, key level, moving averages converging there, 2030. Otherwise, the alternative buy scenario is, I don't actually want to buy Asia highs because it's already been tested. We didn't clear Asia highs, but again, monitor Asia highs for potential continuations. Otherwise, what could happen is you could even see us trading through the daily R1, which also lines up with the algo level of 2040. So we could even go from here above 2040 and then go for that 2045 target. So bullish on the day for me there. And then quickly GU, weekly time frame, as mentioned, still bearish. But again, also mentioning we are in quite a tricky zone here. Daily time frame for me yesterday still closing within the wider range. As you can see here, price is still range bound, so daily for me becomes somewhat neutral now, seeing that yesterday we were bearish, never broke out to the downside to maintain that move, actually closing bullish on the day, taking out a previous daily low, closing back inside the range. So it is relatively chalked at this stage. 5 minute time frame, what do we have on the 5? Yesterday, as mentioned, the 80 was continuously indicating to me some bullish divergence, and now again 80 is firmly bullish but currently trading below the 200. What do I want to see? Let me just quickly set up my Asia ranges. Asia highs up here, Asia lows down here, daily pivot up here. Round number there. I want to say before I can really get super bullish on this, I would want price to trade back above the weekly pivot, above this key level up here, and that is where I'll potentially look for some longs. So we're going to wait for price to develop there, and then the last one for me, and then we can throw over to Keegs, is EU. No, okay Chad, this is very interesting. No top wick on the weekly. Already took the weekly low, couldn't stay below last week's low, now starting to push up a little bit. Very interesting for me. Daily, however, is very clean. There you can see structure break. I would expect the price to just continue bearish, but again, we've got that 200 daily moving average where we actually marked it out, the 200 EMA. Some of you took shorts yesterday here somewhere. I think some of you guys took shorts here, and again, I mentioned this level on Monday, this 200 EMA. I said just be very careful because we could bounce from there. 80 now, as what is this 80 doing? 80 is relatively flat, not really giving us any clear direction. Asia lows down here, Asia highs up here, and I think if we are going to get some type of buying pressure back to the upside, we want to see something like this happen. Then we can see the buy move occur. Last one before I throw over to Keeks, Euro GBP. I just want to see which one is the weaker one on the day. Euro again breaking structure to the downside. Let me just see the weekly. Interesting. Weekly is coming into quite a key level on Euro GBP. So daily is still bearish, but also trading into a daily demand level. 5 minutes. Okay. Interesting. Overall, the euro has been the weaker one between the two, between the pound. So I'm still going to try and go with that euro weakness. So instead of buying EU, if a EU buy represents itself, I'll rather buy GU. And if I want to sell the pairs, I'll rather sell EU than sell GU. Chat over to Keeks. And Keeks, you can finish us up here.
Alright, my brother. So, very, very simple, guys. Great minds think alike. So, Chris actually getting that gold spot on. So very, very simple. We spoke about that break above. I said to you guys this was our area to play yesterday, 2035 and 2030. I said to you guys, if we get the closure, yeah, I'm 100% happy. So obviously we got our first closure, as Chris said, in a week out of that zone today. Literally, again, perfect. You can see this time now holding as support. That is the key thing. We got the closure above here. We tested and held as support, and now trading back above. Obviously we are going bullish now on the day, so very, very simple stuff. So again, Chris, again, very spot on. 2046 was his target. For me, 2050, easy money on the table today. So all I'm gonna wait for is that retest, probably 2035. But again, moving forward on the 15, again, the simple thing for me is we do have that pivot, the daily pivot and EQ in that test zone. So the thing for me is Asia lows are untested, guys. A move like this, I see it so often. You'll see this trade all the way back down to literally Asia lows that are untested. We'll have that sweep testing this zone, similar to this over here. Test that zone and the daily pivot. I know you guys are going to say, oh, Keegan, but there it's tested. That is out of session. Not even Asia was awake in that time. I'm not considering this on the pair. So I want to see it be tested in session, holding that and respecting that with that close back above Asia lows. And this is a minute I will look to take my buys, giving me a lot of wiggle room. Reason being, you can take those buys back above Asia's. You literally can place that under this flip zone, giving you some crazy RR over here of like a 16 pip on gold. And you literally can run this thing all the way back up, as we said, literally 2050 on the table. That's like a 12-hour trade. So I'm happy to take something like this because the RR will be insane on this trade. But again, moving forward, gold is bullish, guys. Definitely a breakaway trade. And we can see that really coming into play now, even taking out the highs here. The very simple thing is if this 4-hour closes up here, I will scrap Asia lows. This is my B scenario. So if we close up here on the 4-hour, I'll scrap Asia lows. I will just want the retest and hold of the 2035, and I'll look to continue higher.
All right, Chad. Tuesday, how are you guys feeling? We've got literally 2 minutes, 40 seconds left.
Oh, sorry, Chris, have you gone off my screen quickly?
Yeah, I can go back to your screen.
Sorry, just I wanted, because I saw, I think it was King Shack asked about it. The gold sells yesterday, guys. These were the sells we took. So if you were in New York stream with us, you would have seen the analysis before this. So even though we cut off, you guys would see this literally over here, how perfect this was. We didn't enter on that candle. That's where you guys can see there, 20 past 4. We didn't enter, and I said to you guys, we wouldn't be waiting for the 15-minute shuffle. But if we got the break below, which was this minute, yeah, 16:25. So if you were with us, you can go look on the trade or share it on Instagram. This is literally where we entered, right there. Easy money, guys. Trade. What was our target? Daily lows and EQ. Look at that, all the way to the EQ that was untested. So again, King Shack for the guys, that was the trade. So if you guys took that, it was W's yesterday, but it was a very easy trade to take yesterday.
All right, Chad, we are about to get this session started. 1 minute, 36 seconds left before we open up. Just want to greet everybody. Very welcome to the first-time viewers. Alverno, Etienne, Steinsberg, Jakes, good morning. Into, how are you doing, my brother? Ruben, good to see you here again. Mark Pillay, Jerian Bartman, Sondre, Neil van der Westhuizen, good morning, my brother. We had a good chat yesterday. Curtis Rousseau, Milani Lewis, good to see you here. Good to see the ladies representing as well. Gus 707, Ibimwa, Denzel, haven't seen you here, brother. Welcome, welcome. Maybe you've been here, but first time seeing you in the chat. Chef Rowley, good to see you here, my brother. Hope you're doing well. That random kid, Nation's Finest, Lawrence McDonald, Andy, Suhail Ishmael, good morning, my brother. Ashland V, Lindsay ZA, good morning, Warren. Boss Bobby, Dorita Demon, good to see you here, brother. You haven't been here for a while. King Shack, as always, a privilege. Paco, Amina Samai, who else did I miss? Vince Cornelius, as always, good to have the foundation in the chat already laid. Joshua Shepherd, how's it going, brother? I haven't seen you here. Very welcome. We'll talk about the Asia highs and lows very shortly. Just remind me. Who else? Benjamin Robertson, Craig Schenk. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't miss anybody. Marvin, good morning, good morning. Bongani, Turtle Trader, Joseph, Drive Cartel, Hardest Fisser, Alex G, all the way from Miami. Chad, markets are open and in motion. Ding, 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 ding.
You know, hey,
round one, fight.
You talk about that now. I was like, it's actually cool, but it was such a flex. Alex G, when people were talking about, oh bro, it's so crazy how you just do whatever you want in your life. He's like, okay, choose a place, I'm going there. And he went there the next day. What a flex.
And then he got clapped. And then he got clapped on his USD franc.
He was still in it, eh? So last I saw, he was up $5,000. Wait, let me just check it. What is Swiss? Is it going down?
I think he got clapped.
Do you think so?
Yeah, already in GU bias. Sheesh. The boys are hungry. The boys are hungry.
He's deep in profits.
No, man.
Chris, this is his entry here.
Let me see USD franc.
I can still hold on. Where's his thing? I'll tell you now. His entry was. He's deep in profits.
His entry was a little bit lower than the daily pivot yesterday.
Yeah, that's where it was consolidating there.
38.
He's in profits. He's killing that thing.
Yeah, it's 33 pips.
His entry was 86256.
86256. Sorry, I want USD CAD. Flip, sorry.
286.
Where's USD franc? Oh yeah. 86
256.
256.
It's basically what his max drawdown was yesterday.
Okay, so it's 18. He's 18 pips. Yeah, 18 pips.
Yeah.
You know what's weird though? I looked at his entry and look at where it rejected. I was like, you could have actually got a better entry off the daily pivot.
Yeah.
You could have literally sniped it. All right, Chad, markets are open. I hope you guys are feeling well. As mentioned, we've got Rydal in the house. Not on Zoom, not on Google Meets. We've got the man in the flesh himself. He's here. We're going to have that podcast at 1:30.
That's going to be a banger, Chad.
Chad, you guys don't want to miss that. Rydal Fix himself. The one and only Baloney from Benoni. Alrighty. Chris Hayder, Focus Trader, good morning, my brother. Did I miss you? Apologies. Dorian, Rian, sorry guys if I missed anybody. CRPZ, I see all of you. And we appreciate all of you joining us here today. Chad, we're also going to do a giveaway. I think we're going to do a giveaway in this session. And we're also going to get Rydal to do a number. We'll actually do 4 giveaways, 5 today. So we're going to do one during this stream, and then we're going to get each of the guys on the podcast to give a number. So it's me, Keeks, Rydell, and Jeff, and Mo. So we're going to do 6 giveaways today. So be sure to stick around. Is economic cycle important? Sia, 100% it is important. Everything works in cycles, the business cycle, the economic cycle, and all of that goes hand in hand to what the monetary policy is at any stage of an economy. So the economic cycle, the business cycle, all of that affects how the Fed, or whichever country you are in, how the Reserve Bank or the Federal Bank will handle monetary policy. Remember when we talked about it, one of the only real tools that the central banks have to control the economy from overheating, if I can call it that, is to hike interest rates to curb consumer spending. Because remember, the entire thing with a central bank is they need to create price stability. So you don't want things over, like prices exploding higher. You also don't want to have disinflation where every year you're paying less and less for the same item. So you want to keep it at a nice, consistent growth. And unfortunately, if I had to draw a correlation line, your economy in real time actually looks a little bit more like this, where you get to the overheating phase or the expansion, and then you've got the induced recession. And all that a recession really is, it's the economy receding a bit, taking a breather. And then once you've got monetary policy at quite a tight stage, then you start loosening up. You give the consumer a little bit of breathing room. You get the consumer to take some credit, to start spending some money. Then once inflation reaches a certain level, then you start tightening again. And it's literally the same cycle over and over for every economy. So recessions aren't just something that happens out of the blue. One day you wake up and you see it's back 2008. There's a global financial crisis. No, recessions are part of the business cycle, part of the economic cycle. So just a little bit of economics 101 there for you guys. Years ago, before I did economics, I thought the recession is like the spooky thing that all of a sudden jumps out and we are in financial trouble and everybody's losing their jobs. We're in a recession. But then I realized everything is coupled with the consumer spending.
Yeah, but guys, keep a note. I will be dropping it. I don't know, but today's quite busy, so maybe tomorrow or the day after. But I'll drop it this week. I'm going to drop a little vid for those that want to understand fundamentals. A little tip you can take into trading fundamentals.
Sheesh. You haven't even given me the tip, brother. When am I getting the tip?
We're all about sharing here, guys.
I'm only getting the sour teeth here on stream. This man is giving you guys the good milk and is giving me the sour milk.
I don't know. You see, Moski post on his story. Lachey sends him a thing like she wants this like machine.
Yeah.
It's an all-in-one like jersey, hoodie, knitting machine, like sewing thing. And then he goes in to view it, and it's like 294,000 rand. And he zooms in again on the price. So I said, yo, bro, you got to start making some big trader moves now.
Damn, bro. Chad, very interesting moves on the yen pairs. GU already rejecting the daily pivot. 80 starting to flip a little bit bearish here. Very interesting. As mentioned, I'm actually going to set some alerts here for us. This weekly pivot key zone up here, 127079. That is where I potentially want to get involved. So I'm just going to put KL there, key level. So we'll see what happens there. Euro also very odd for me, making a session higher, but look at the 80. We obviously have that economic data coming out. Okay, so very good numbers coming out of Spain. Don't know what's happening in Spain. Do we have any Spanish viewers? Give me a heads up as to what's happening in Spain. Looking good in Spain, so could that be a little bit of a precursor? Let's see. Italy up next, 53 minutes. Let's see if our Italian counterparts have been selling some of those pizzas, carbonara, pastas, and some of those shortbreads. Pound yen also very interesting here at the daily. S1. Okay, what's happening here? If it was manifestation and gambler helpline, fixing the building. Looking forward to that since those days. Yeah, Chad, it's been a journey to get the brother here, but don't worry, we're looking after Rydal. We already fed the man a good breakfast. We don't want him to go back to Cape Town and say, "Shush, those guys have a lacquer studio there, but I was hungry as hell. They didn't even give me water." So we're gonna make sure that that he's hosted very well, and I'm definitely sticking around. Yeah, you don't want to miss it, Chad. It's gonna be live. We're also gonna have some questions with Rydal for you guys. We're gonna chat to him as well, and FBI open up his favorite line. Swiss cocking now. You studied economics, Chris. King Shaq, I don't study economics. Economics was part of my post-grad in my business administration and part of my MBA. We had to do a few economics modules, but I didn't study economics as an undergrad. It was just during my post-grad and my MBA. Vince Cornelius, Kigzo going to drop it on the... Chad's asking Discord, or where you gonna drop it, Keeks?
It's gonna be an Instagram video, guys.
Okay, it's gonna be a real. Troki, morning, guys. Sorry for the late join. I have really bad load shedding. Almost sounds like you have a really bad flu. Feeling at the same time as the streams. Nah, shush. We haven't even looked at the load shedding schedule. Chad, give me 1 second.
Yo. Don't do that to us now.
Yeah, brother. Let's just quickly look at this.
To be fair, Hopper's one is it's either in the middle and it's about to end, or it's...
Okay, technically we should only, even if we are on Perigevale, we should have at 4, but obviously with the new area, it's only at 8 tonight.
Okay, so we should be safe either way.
Edgar confirming there. Edgar, good morning, my brother.
Let's hope so.
All right, Chad. Euro looking a lot stronger this morning. Very, very interesting. DXY. Key level for me. 2 key levels. This level right here, Asia's. This is where it's happening at. If we can get above the zone right here, we can continue bullish. Otherwise, if we start trading back inside the Asia range, this thing is going downtown. US 30 again trying to make its way back into the Asia range. Nasdaq just cliff diving here, going for that lower level, and UJ making a strong comeback here, already nipping Asia lows. So I'm going to monitor this 147.50 level here, and let's see what we do here. If we can start trading back above here, I'll potentially look for some longs. But then also this 80 really needs to start getting above the 200. GJ, very similar. We've got a 187 here. Let's quickly check here. 187. 187. So I'm going to set some alerts there as well. Would love for 187 to be tested. And round number. Chad, just one thing on Project 5130. All of those that have been shortlisted, most of you have been shortlisted. That is not the final, guys. You need to complete the intake form, and from the intake forms we will choose the final group. So please keep that in mind. That's why it's very important to fill in that form as comprehensive as you can. Because again, we're actually going to have a meeting with each and every trader that is part of Project 5130. We're going to go through that intake form. It's a 7-page intake form. So please try and be as comprehensive as possible. Otherwise, we can't really add value to what it is you're going through. So there was a lot of time spent just even getting that questionnaire ready to make sure that when me and Keegan can sit with you on a one-on-one, we can look at what you're struggling with. And maybe some of you just need a little tweak here and there, a little bit of refinement, maybe a little bit of a step in your psychology. And again, small tweaks for big gains potentially. Was the intake form sent on Instabula? No, it would have been mailed to you. So if you just go and check the Instagram, if you have entered and you did follow the process, you can please email infop@vaultmarkets.trade and you can just request the intake form. What's happening in the chat? Nation's finest. We off during the podcast. Oh, no, sorry. These Owens are the highlight of the streams. Who's that? Yeah, Nation are smarter when they come on when Bula is here because then it is sarcasm upon sarcasm. And the funny thing is, Bula just feeds into their energy and they just get more dumber. Are they talking about when you take the piss out of the people?
Yeah, when you take the piss out of there.
Sheesh. I must actually stop that.
Scaring our people here.
Sorry, Chad. I'm actually not a bad guy. You can ask Keegan.
He has his moments.
Ask Keegan. I rubbed his chest on Monday to try and get that good milk out, but it was still the sour teeth. I got that sour teeth. I was like, Keeks, give me the fundamentals. He's like, no, bro, that's for the Chad. You need to get it through the Chad. I think they're talking about Trader Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Trader Tom?
Trader Tom has been gone since we killed his split personality.
Chad, I'm worried about Pro Song. We haven't seen Pro Song in a while.
Well, Pro to be fair, Pro Song said he's every day. He just only talks when he needs a recovery signal.
Okay, Chad, I'm just gonna ask you guys. Let's just put that energy together. Pro Song, if you are here, my brother, please let me know. Chad, let's hope Pro Song is in here, because I can promise you it's going to be a good one. Pro Song,
Chris wants to give you a recovery signal.
please tell me. Then will the forms be sent? Yes, Fayard, Walters, it will be sent then. And again, Chad, please, if you entered, we're only looking for serious people. So please don't waste our time or your own.
Like, guys, I can already tell you now, like, before we even get of it, you're going to get homework. You're going to get stuff to go and do. And it's a very simple thing. You come back the next day, if your homework wasn't done, you can't answer a question, you're out. Cheers.
Because here's the thing, Chad, you've been messing around for years. Some of you, the messages I get, you've been struggling for years. You've gone through courses, this, that. We actually had a discussion this morning. The beauty with teaching Mo was Mo did not come with a lot of baggage. The man came as a clean slate, and it was very easy to teach him. He didn't have this thing of, fair value gap, BB plus, BB minus. into a super Ligero fair value gap. No, it was just simple price action. This is the range. This is where price can go to. Where's ProSong? If ProSong shows himself, mute 100%. 100%. I don't think ProSong is Fiersolin, please go and check. Let me just bring up my Instagram here. Or, okay, let me make it easy for you. Email info.p@vaultmarkets.trade, and then in your subject line just say please send me the intake form for project 5130. And then we're going to review all the entries, and I can immediately see if somebody, for instance, if there's a section where you need to fill in a paragraph and you send me a one-liner, you couldn't even take the time and the effort to complete the form, then obviously you're not going to take the effort and time to improve your trading. So all right.
How to get serious.
Okay, DXY chat back at back above the Asia highs, starting to make its way back up here. I think once we break out here, I think it's gonna run. So let's see. UJ rejecting Asia highs. Okay, pound yen all the way back down here. Interesting. Gigs, anything you looking at specifically? Nothing really at this stage jumps out at me.
I had a alert on UJ, but it's going the opposite way of my direction at the moment, so I'll wait for that. And yeah, that's it. Hey? Like the thing is, EJ, GJ I'd want, but the moves I feel have already kind of been a big push, so I'll just have to monitor that a bit more. And otherwise, I'm probably just waiting on gold for the day. That's honestly it. Yeah, this is Chris. Actually, hold on, bro. If you told me this aircon isn't cold again.
No, I can feel my legs.
I feel like I'm in Antarctica over there. Yeah. Like there's eventually going to be snow coming down on top of me.
Chad, listen here. So some of you don't know, I've got a hyperhidrosis. So under my arms, I can literally be in Antarctica and I'll sweat under my arms. If you've got a plug for Botox, let me know. Because I did it, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. But Keeks, here's the thing, $8,000 every 3 months just to not sweat. I was like, this is a bad investment.
Yeah, no.
I'll rather just sweat and the thing is, you weirdly become, people don't realize that. That's why I always wear loose shirts or a dark shirt, is because you become self-conscious of that little sweat patch under your arm.
Yeah.
And but anyways, Chad, if you know some guys that can get me Botox at a wholesale rate, please let me know, because 8 G's a pop to not sweat is a little bit heavy. Project 5130, check the Discord link here. The Instagram link, that's Project 5130. That is what we are talking about. So hopefully we can help somebody. That is ultimately the goal. Actually, listened to a thing this morning from Tony Robbins, Keeks, and he said the true happiness comes from progress, and literally talking about every aspect of life. And you can take this wherever you want. Like if you are progressing in your trading, in your relationships, in your job, in your finances, that is what happiness basically equates to. But then also a very interesting thing he was talking about goals, and he was talking about fulfillment. And you can reach certain goals but not be fulfilled because you were so focused on the outward side of it. Like, I want to make X amount of money. But then inside, you're still depressed. You're still not where you want to be. Like, everything is still pointing towards a gap in your life. And he said that is where that mental thing comes in, where you can control yourself. You can't, we've talked about it so many times, you can't control a lot of the things happening in the world, happening around. You can influence them, but you can't control them. But the one thing you can control is what you say and what you think. And that was just very powerful for me this morning to, again, be grateful for having this opportunity, for having this platform, for building this brand with like-minded people. And again, that is why we want to get filled. That's why we spend a lot of time on our own trading, on our own development, so that as our cup fills, we can then fill somebody else's cup. And the more you fill yourself, the more you have to give away to others. Not just financially, like everybody wants a financial handout, but rather listen to somebody that went through some hard times, that have done business. Don't always be an egotistical driven person where you can't listen to somebody trying to give you advice. And that's what I'm struggling with Keegan. No, I'm kidding. Keegs, now I'm chatting. I'm joking. But yeah, Project 5130, I would say that's going to be, I think that's going to be our trophy for the year, Keegs, if we can really impact some lives with Project 5130 in a direct way. To impart a little bit of us, not just trading, Chad, mindset as well. As you all know, Keegan played sports at a very high level. I played sports at a very, very high level. Both of us played age group Curry Cup. Keegan was in the SA under 20 Springbok squad. So it takes a certain person to elevate to that level, to compete at that level.
The thing is, I always said, like, and I think, guys, going back, that's what we were talking about with the podcast, is no matter what, let's say, sphere or industry you are in, everyone that's truly succeeding in that industry, you'll find something in common in all those people.
Yes.
And that's what we need to just get through to. When you want to be hungry for something, you got to be obsessed with it. And that's the thing. These guys will go through any amount of levels to achieve that greatness.
Same with Kobe Bryant. I listened this morning as well to a little short podcast on one of his coaches. So he said when he joined, when he became the coach of Kobe Bryant, he said he literally had to get the guy to stop. Like that, he said that was his mission. He said, like, Kobe Bryant would wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning to train. Kobe Bryant would be the last person to leave, I think it was the Staples Center. And the coach said they had to keep the lights on for him. That man sometimes was at the court like till morning hours. And the coach said he'll leave with Kobe. And he said at one stage, he was like, Kobe, dude, I can't be going home every morning like at 2, 3, like, bro, like, come on. And again, he says there's people that just participate. Then you've got people that participate and maybe win once. And they don't lose that willingness to participate, but they don't have that hunger to win. And then you get people that win at winning. And he says that is a different ball game all on its own. And it's again what Keegan said, having that commitment, having that obsession, having that drive. Like I told you guys, when I started trading, it wasn't an issue for me sitting till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, having a 9 to 5, getting home, having dinner, spending a little bit of time with my wife, jumping onto the laptop, getting into bed with the trading book, reading trading books. It wasn't an issue for me because I was obsessed with gaining the skill. And some of you get it on a platter here, which maybe took some of us years to go through. Many courses bought, many videos watched, many headaches, many accounts lost, depression, all of that. And you come to a channel where a lot of that can be almost dodged if you take note of what we say and what we do. And again, not perfect. We are so far from perfect. It is not even real. So don't think we are the beginning and the end of trading, but we do have a little bit of substance in us that we can share with you. So take that value wherever you can.
Yeah, the one thing for me, I must say, it's one of those videos that went viral for the stage, but it really is true. Where the guy goes and says, "Yo, if you want to stop checking the price, you got to stop checking the clock." And that's the thing. You got to start just hustling to hustle, not hustling because okay, well I can give it extra hour, I can give it extra 2 hours. Like we said, if you sit up till you miss this hustle, and if you turn around later and go, oh shit, it's 4 a.m, then that's what happens. But you gotta obsess over it. I always said, and it's the same thing with anyone, when you want something, because everyone's always going to talk about that they don't have time, they don't have this, they don't have whatever. There's always the excuse, and I say everything in life is about priorities. If you want something bad enough, you're going to make a plan. You'll prioritize it to get it in somewhere in the day.
All right, Chad. So the thing with the intake is, if you entered, you are on the short list. The guys will be selected from the form. So if you tagged yourself in one of those posts, you gave us a reason there. Either Caitlin would have commented on that post to say, listen here, please email infop@Vault Markets. If you were late, you can still enter, send us the intake form. We're going to go through all of them after today's session. Actually, not after today's session, a little bit later tonight, myself and Keegan, we're going to go through all the applicants. So there's still an opportunity for you to get involved. None so deaf as those who cannot listen. Damn, Andy, that is deep, my brother. Guys, we're not keen on those gold buys. I'll always wait for the shuffle, brother. I'll always wait for the shuffle. And also, I wouldn't be buying here in the middle of nowhere, because we've got that institutional level up here, and then we've got Asia highs down here. So it's you're a little bit late to the party here. And then I'm also looking at UJ for potential buys. Only thing I don't like about UJ is this very clean move to the upside. It literally just flew to the upside, so I would have loved for it to rather take a breather here somewhere, a little bit of consolidation, then a break up. I don't know how much more the buyers have in them, but also looking at pound yen, we've held 187. We're now back at Asia lows, so very interesting for me. But UJ looking to be the better one here. I'm literally just going to wait for a little bit of a deeper retest and see if we can hold these Asia highs, and then I'll potentially look for some buys on a break of those highs. And then Euro USD currently rejecting that daily pivot level, also trading back below the Asia range. Only thing is, here's your weekly low, your session low, and then GU potentially looking at. No, I'm not going to short here purely due to the fact we haven't tested Asia lows. So this thing can run another 100 pips. I'm fine with that. But all of this is untested. After that break, we have not tested Asia lows yet. So it wouldn't be a great idea to try and short here. Alright, Nasdaq bouncing off that 200 EMA. And yeah, we've got US City as mentioned previously. 2 levels to monitor your daily pivot or your Asia range. Can we go back to Asia highs? That is the question. And then EJ as well. Yen pairs are a little bit chalked for me, Chad, if I'm honest. It's only UJ that's giving me a half decent setup idea here. 27 minutes for the Italian GDP figures to come out, so let's see here. Euro was actually a trade, yeah. 6.5 pips. 1828. Gigs, I'm potentially looking for UJ bars.
UJ bars. Okay.
I just want to see this half round number hold. Chad, ideally what I want to see is I want to see price dipping into this 200. So let's see. I want to ideally see price dip into that 200. I'm just going to keep that on the short list here for us. The rest is... And then obviously if the dollar can start breaking out here, I think we'll start seeing Euro and GU start coming down. That I missed. Thanks, Chris, for the motivation. That was deep. A pleasure, man. Short on EU, break-even point pre-session lows. Nice, Nila. Neil, did you take it? Yeah, brother. I think that is what Neil took here. And then break-even point. Yeah. Nila, I was looking at it. The only thing for me on this trade, but I don't think it's a bad trade, is that we've got the dollar in this little range here. So this makes it very tricky for me. We haven't really broken out of the range. We are now back at that high of this range that we're stuck in on the daily. So it's the dollar is making it very difficult to really have a, I don't want to say a confident bias, but I cannot really lean into a bias while we're in a range. Keeks? It's not like some days you lean into a bias because there's a lot of things that confirm. But at this stage, can you really lean into any bias on DXY? That's my question.
I'm bearish.
Are you bearish on the dollar here? The only thing is that you check the yen pairs. So the yen pairs got clapped, but DXY, yeah, I don't know, bro. It's literally the correlations are chalked a little bit at this stage.
Yeah, correlations are chalked.
Nila, yeah, so that is why I didn't consider this trade, purely due to the fact that we are in this range here. For me is weird. This for me is very weird. But yeah, I believe, Nila, if you can stay below Asia lows, you should be good. Otherwise, if we start breaking back above this daily pivot, kill the trade. That's the only reason I didn't consider this. Also, weekly low, daily low, session low, literally 5 pips away. EJ, what do we have here on EJ? GJ. Okay, there's that nice test, Chad. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to set some alerts here if we can get back above this level. Do you want to see Rydal? Is that the preview? Where is he? Did he go with Mo?
Him and Jevon.
Okay. Yeah, Rydal is quite a tall guy.
Yeah, I actually must say I
thought he's a lot shorter. He's quite a unit.
Yeah.
My boy Rydal. No, he's a unit. I think if you condition Rydal, but he could be like a good 6 flanker, Keeks? Or
yeah, we condition a bit, 100%.
Yeah, little bit of conditioning. No, Rydal's got a fresh fade, my bro. It actually looks like one of those. I don't know if you've seen they do that precautionary burns next to the road. That thing is burned in, my bro. That fade is fresher than a freshly picked lettuce. Have you seen Woolworths? They had a fresh produce section. If you take those lettuce and you crack them, that's how fresh that man's fade is. All the way from Cape Town, my bro. Even my boy Jeff got a fade. Mo got a fade as well. He looks 7 years younger.
No, the guys got all dressed up.
No, for Rydal. Shush. Jevon asked, I already spoke to Rydal Keegs. Rydal said it's fine. He'll put Jevon on his back and then sit down. So, Chad, how it's going to work, you're going to see Rydal sit like this, and then Jev is going to be on his back. So, we're going to have him mic like here for Jev, and then Rydal will have his mic.
It's just like a little koala there in the background.
Chad, so I just want to say there's no racial divide here when you see 2 white guys sitting next to one another and 2 colored guys. Literally, Keeks, just tell the chat, what did Jeff say yesterday when we talked about the seating arrangement?
Okay, guys, we literally...
Quickly just tell the chat.
Your little fanboy moments.
Tell the chat.
We sit here and we're like, alright guys, how are we setting up for the podcast tomorrow? Like, who's gonna sit where? Like, what we're gonna... And then while Chris and I sat here talking with Mo, Jevon just comes running in from the side. Guys, can I sit next to Rydal? Chris looks at him. Yes, Jev, you can sit next to Rydal.
No, so he fought for that position. So if you see that, Chad, please don't think like we're putting 2 white guys next to one another. Jev is a fanboy of Rydal. He was like, I want to please sit next to Rydal. So, but it's good. My boy Jev. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do a halftime break and we'll swap around. And then I'll get Rydal to sit on my lap. Yeah, but it's good. I don't think Rydal has been on a podcast, and that's the thing with doing content. For once, he can be like almost. I don't want to say the center of attention, but you can really dive a little bit deeper into his story. And
I'm actually interested. Like, I've got a few questions for you.
Yeah, so it's good to be on a podcast where you're the guest and you can answer some questions, and it's not like, oh, I need to put out content or I need to address something. It's very relaxed. It's going to be nothing is scripted. I didn't even sit last night to try and think out questions. Rydal is a trader. He's been in the industry. He knows the ups and downs of the industry, so it's going to be a conversation We're going to delve into a little bit of who is Rydal. We're going to delve into his work. There's a lot of things that we're going to chat about. So I think it's going to be lacquer for him to also just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, as they would say. Gigs, and then we should actually do a podcast where I once host you, and then where you, or maybe we do it together. Just me and Keegs, the two G's, diving a little bit deeper into that exterior.
Yeah, I already do.
I'll maybe even cry a little bit. I know I can get Keegs to cry. He's almost like me. I cried on Man on Fire, dude. The first time I watched it, I think I've mentioned this on stream. My mom came into the living room and she looked at me and she's like, "Are you alright?" And I'm like, "Shit, something just flew into my eye." I'm like, "Yo, what's happening here?" Like, bro, I'm tearing up there.
Hey.
My mom's like, "Are you right?" I'm like, "Yo, this hay fever, flip me." No, bro, I cried hard on Man on Fire. Have you watched it? Dude, have you not watched? My dude.
No, I haven't.
You. No, my bro, I cried like you wouldn't believe. The podcast is at 1:30. Jev already telling Rydal those alien stories. Oh, my dude.
Yeah.
But the thing is, here's the thing about Rydal. Rydal's got some life experience. He'll tell Jev immediately, "Hey, don't talk cock here, mate." That's the thing. If you've got some experience in life, if Jev's gonna start talking those alien stories, I think Rydal will shut him down. Rydal said on one of his streams, I think it was his first time flying, and was excited to come through. Yeah, dude, I didn't even realize that it was his first time flying. So, yeah, just shows you what opportunities you can create for yourself, just being consistent. No doubt, bro. Been following Rydal since he exposed Festec before he even went to the... Dude, I've been following Rydal since he had like 10 people on YouTube. I think at one stage he had 35 people on IG when I started following him. I've personally never heard of this guy, but will watch the pod. Sure, King Shaq, where have you been, my brother? Go onto YouTube, type in Rydal Fix, and you'll know exactly. Chris Marketable, dude, Denzel Washington is, like we've talked about it in the office. That guy is not just my favorite actor. Just as a human being, I love the guy. Denzel Washington, like all of his movies. One of my favorites, back in the Blu-ray days, I actually bought me the extended version, American Gangster. That is most probably, dude, one of his best roles he played was in American Gangster. The guy is next level. Is this podcast going to be on YouTube only? Correct. Man, Rydal is one of those people that I just wish the absolute best in life. Yeah, man, he's a real dude. Rydal looking like a young Will Smith from Bad Boys for Life with that fresh fade. Sheesh. Chad, actually, I was thinking I want to make a video on it, Keeks. I don't think I ever shared this with you guys. The last Iron Man I did.
Yeah.
And while I was listening to the podcast this morning, and the last Iron Man I did, for those of you who don't know what Iron Man is, it's basically almost a 4 kilometer sea swim. Then you go onto your bicycle, you do a 182 kilometer cycle, and then you finish the day off with a marathon, 42.2 kilometer run, and you've got 17 hours to complete it. And the second time I did my second Ironman, the first time I finished in I think 13 hours 15 minutes, and the second one I was pushing to go sub 12. So I wasn't there in survival mode. I was competing. I was in those 3 years that I competed at the half and the full, I was a bronze athlete. So that's basically the top 5% of Ironman athletes in the world. So you get bronze status in terms of your world standing. So I was trying to push for a PB, go sub 12, and on the day it was very hot in PE, and I didn't take in enough fluids during the bike. So I was actually, without me knowing it, I was dehydrated coming off the bike. About 20 minutes into the run, started throwing up. I couldn't keep anything down, couldn't keep water down, couldn't keep Coke down. And my coach at that stage, that's also coaching me now for the 100-mile race next year, and Richard told me, he's like, bro, can you take anything down? And I'm like, dude, I'm chalked. And he's like, listen, survival mode now for you. Literally, he's like, dude, you just try and keep moving. And Keeks, you would know Barney's. So obviously both roads are closed, and I go and lay against the fence there at Barney's, and I'm mentally asking myself, and I'm seeing people, like the people running, and I've got, say, maybe 20Ks, 25Ks left on the run. And I'm seeing, okay, I'm not gonna beat my time that I set out for myself to do. And I'm asking myself, and I'm like, I paid to do this event. What is keeping me like still on the course? Like at any stage I can just quit and call it a day, go home, tell my family, listen, I tried. And one of the marshals came to me and he's like, listen, are you alright? Should I take you to the medical tent? And in that moment when he asked me, dude, must I take you to the medical tent? And the easy thing is like, yes, let me get onto the four-wheeler, take me to the medical tent, I'm done. And in that moment, I'm like, dude, no, it's fine. I'm just chilling here a little bit. And then I stood up there. It took like every ounce of my body just to stand up. And I'm like standing still for like maybe 2 minutes. And I'm like, I can't even walk, dude. I'm like so cramped up. And I'm like, okay, even if it takes me till the cutoff 11:30 tonight, even if I have to roll, I'll finish this. They'll have to take me off the track. And again, it comes to what Keegan is saying and what a lot of these guys are saying. A lot of times there's no accolades, there's no glamour. It's literally just you choosing to do something that is hard. You're keeping yourself there in that pain cave. Where on that day I could have just said, listen, I'm out and I'll come back next year. But it was like, fuck this. I'm going to finish this thing without fluids, dehydrated. Literally when I finished that evening, they had to put 2 drips on me. My sodium, I think my sodium and potassium levels were so low. The guys, like, you couldn't even get a drip into me. I was so dehydrated. But again, comes down to doing those hard things in life. Yeah, Chad, the other one is the 100 mile next year. I think that will, Keeks, that's going to be my toughest endurance event I've ever done. 100 mile foot race.
I will be thinking of you.
Dude, aren't you going to be an addo supporting the big bull there?
I'll be there, yeah, support you. I'm not running with you.
No, you don't have to run with me. Chad, the 100 mile foot race. So last night, I was chatting to my wife and I'm like, because I've slowly been surely starting just to move the body, not structured training. I'm starting the 1st of Feb with my program, and I told her, like, at this stage it's a little bit difficult for me to comprehend me taking this big sack of bones 162 kilometers on foot. And again, she's like, why do you want to do it? And I'm like, that sense of failing being not 100% probability, but that sense of this is something that even it doesn't matter how hard you train, you can still fail. And to go mentally to a place where you haven't been, that is where I want to go on that day. To go and fight some mental demons there. Keeks, I honestly hope I don't take 37 hours, if I'm honest. And it's not even about me. I'm not even worried about me. It's just my poor wife, like being on the support crew. Imagine her, like she's gonna be more fatigued than me.
Oh, that's gonna be rough.
I laughed when we talked about it yesterday. Caitlin's like, literally, so you're telling me it's a day and almost another day? Like I can chat to you on Friday, and then Sunday morning it's like, where's Chris? No, he's still on the course. This man is jogging it out. Keeks, would you ever try Ironman?
No.
Really?
No.
I actually think you'll do very well. Did you swim at school?
Not really. Like my family can swim, but yeah, I don't really. I'm a land animal.
Keeks, I'm just gonna throw over to your screen when you're ready.
Alrighty.
Just gonna run to the bathroom. Over to Keeks, Chad. I'll see you guys now.
Yeah, Chad, I'm just waiting at this point. DXY rejecting the flip zone again, so that's literally holding out beautifully. Yeah, gold obviously not doing anything. At this point, guys, if we don't even get the entry here, I'll look if we can hold the R1 to take entry there. But that's about that. Everything else, nothing's really like ticking my fancy right now, eh? Much as I want to, yeah, just there's nothing really out there. Well, GU holding that support. Okay, we'll keep an eye, yeah, maybe GU, because if I am bearish on DXY, GU I am bullish. Asia highs untested. If we start getting above the EQ, yeah, guys, I think I'll start looking then for a long 80s, a bit bearish still, that I don't like. But we will see. I think that's just what I'm going to look for now then. If we can either get a retest over there, or if we can start trading above the EQ again. Everything else just looks a bit chalked. We've actually got this GDP news coming out today. US GDP. I swear there was GDP news coming out today. Or was that tomorrow? Okay, well, I'll clearly got my days wrong, but yeah, so I'll look at this for now. Gold's nowhere on site, so yeah, this cold weather, this bloody aircon is killing my soul very, very quickly, yeah. Right, guys, I just obviously can't look at the chat now. So yeah, apologies for that one, but yeah, I can't really look at the chat at the moment. My boy is back. Chris, what do you think about GU longs?
Are you asking me, or is the chat asking?
I'm asking.
GU long. Look on the daily. You've got this level. This is actually your monthly pivot, eh? This level here, Keeks.
Yeah.
So this pivot only changes every 30 days. So it's literally at a monthly pivot level.
See, look at this, guys. I didn't even know that.
There's your monthly pivot. So this is quite a big level.
So the EQ is literally right above it. So my thing I was saying to the guys, if we can break back above this little range we have now, get above the EQ, I'll look to go long.
I'm just waiting for this 12700. I think this is the key. Where's your? I think your EQ is also 12700.
So the EQ is 26900 basically. And then I'm looking at, so either I'm looking at 26900, we take that. Once we're above that, start trading up. Otherwise, that support zone is at 26835. So I'll look if we can hold that support again.
My only thing, have you looked at the dollar? We're literally flat on the day.
No, well, the thing is why I'm okay with it. I am actually bullish on GU. I'm bearish on dollar, and dollar's literally at that flip zone. And it's holding it very, very steady as a rejection. So even though we rejected that high, we are back at Asia highs. I do see that rejection coming and getting us back in Asia highs, and obviously then Asia lows are untested. So that dollar will mount off, and that will give GU that strength to trade up to Asia highs that are untested. There we go. Come on.
I think as soon as DXY does this, I'm going to be keen for that play. DXY just needs to get back into the Asia range, but currently flat on the day, Chad. What do you guys think about longs on NAS 4-hour time frame? Let's quickly look at it. I don't really trade the 4-hour, but I can just tell you now already, on the 5-minute, holding Asia lows now, very likely you could come all the way back into this range. Also a nice bounce here from the 200 EMA on the 5-minute. So technically, if you want to play this, you should already be in your checks. This should be your trade there. 30-point stop. This should be your play, a 30-point stop right there. And you can target a 1-2. Oh shit, sorry, it's still on your screen. You should target at least a 1-1. And that should have been your play. Remember I said if we can come back into the Asia range, there's your break, there's your retest, there's your little minor structure break. And how you can kill this trade is that if we come back, your risk management on this trade is, let's say you do something like this and you reject, that is your sign to get out. But otherwise, as long as it stays above the Asia lows and we do not break this little structure level here, I think you are good for Asia highs. Similar to US 30, still hovering here around the Asia lows. So at any stage, this can start to make its way back to the upside. Yeah, UJ just fighting this half round number. GJ coming back lower. EJ. Chad, I'm very honest. The setups are far and few between. Keeks, now looking at it, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And I apologize if it seems that I'm that guy. If we now... just hear me out. Just hear me out.
Yeah.
I'm all for the buy scenario as well. But if we... Looking at this now, I don't even look at the monthly pivot. But if we close below here, we retest that level and we break, I might go for...
So I'm fine with that. Like I said, I'm on a 4-hour support. So if we also break the 4-hour support and close underneath it, I'm also happy with the sells.
No, I'm just saying, because my thing now is I don't even look at usually we trade so far away from the monthly pivot. But here's my thing, Chad. Every time we closed below it, we pop back right to the upside. You check this. So every single time closure below. So we've never closed below, retest, reject, and then broke structure. So if we get that, this aircon is hella cold. So this is a potential setup, and then looking at EU. Let's quickly look at EU. Okay, EU is quite a bit away from the monthly pivot. Yeah, it's very tough at this stage. 26 minutes, but that's lower tier. German GDP coming out literally as expected. Italy doing well, a little bit of a bump there in their GDP quarter on quarter, year on year. So Chad, this is what I'm looking at. If we get this, I'm willing, but we have to close below. We need to reject that monthly pivot level, and then I'm going to take a sweep at it. And then my expectation would be potentially, you see the leg of the length of this leg, we can potentially have something like this happen. How many pips is this? Only 15. Okay, that's enough for me. We've got the advantage point of the daily S1, so I'm just going to get my charts ready in the meantime if we get this set up. Big if, but just so that I'm ready on GU. I don't want to get caught off guard when we need to execute. Honestly, the only setup I would say that's really looking half decent for me. I know it's a weekly low, it's a session low, but also very easy to trade this due to the fact that we are at session low. So if we get a break below, a retest and a closure here, and I short Chad, and I short there, this thing should not even, there shouldn't be a drawdown. If I get this set up, there should be literal zero drawdown. We should enter and this thing should fly. And what I'll do is if I get one bullish candle closure against me, even if it's 2 pips, 3 pips, I'll kill it. Because I want to see exactly, you see what happened here? That right there. I literally want to copy and paste of that here. So what happened here, I literally want to see that there and literally straight down. So I don't even want to, it shouldn't even play with us. So let's see, that's the break below. Now we just need to retest and that little structure break.
I need to saw my gat on this chair now. Yeah, that's why we did not take GU. Did the
Flipperino. Alright, Chad, I'm just gonna set some alerts here for us. I need that retest. Not even that I want it, I need it.
I need it.
Nila, this is what I was talking about last night. So this for me is a perfect example of where you would need a retest, because never did we close below here and stay below this monthly pivot level. So you can see close below, back up, close below, back up.
Yeah, I think you need that close below.
Yes, and actually the
Because the thing
retest to fail, because
Yeah.
this thing can just pop back into the range again.
Because that's the thing, this is my 4-hour support, so at this point you're just testing. If you get that close above and it holds, I'll still take the buys.
Yo, I must get a headache tablet for me quick. Wait, I didn't. But we did extend a second opportunity. All right, Chad. All right, is this thing just gonna go for its second leg down? DXY ready to not do anything.
Thing is, this is the problem I was having with all the guys is you'll see GU do this now,
And DXY
and
is
DXY is
chilling.
ranging.
DXY is chilling, dude.
And
It's just
the thing
chilling
is,
there.
and that's the thing, and our DXY will start melting away, and GU will only go up like 2 pips. And then DXY will chill a bit, and then this will melt.
Chad. Yeah.
Is the sell coming?
Chad. I don't know if I'm not seeing Keegs. Am I not looking at the market correctly? Why can't I see a setup here?
You got to close one eye, and then you'll see it the right way.
Yes, dude. Chad, I'm not gonna lie. This on the daily makes it very difficult. This right here.
So for me on the 15, if we get a closure below, I'll take a quick 1-to-1 sell on this.
Closure, belowsure. Way for the guys that took that. Sorry guys, this was if you're joining now, this was idea shared with checks. I don't trade it out of session, but there's honestly not a setup that I'm completely this I can look at potentially. Here's 2 setups potentially on the yen pairs. You've got this 187 here. You've got this 50 there, and this thing is just melting. Jakes, but remember, you need to wait for candle closures here, brother. So there's still 2 minutes left on this. And if you look at the hourly, yeah, the hourly could still just be creating that first, that bottom wick. So you can't just kill it while the candle is open. Candle needs to close. So candle closures, don't just kill a trade yet while the candle is still in motion. Very important. That's why I say candle closures for me is important. I flipped it. I'm gonna have to go back a little bit. Okay, but to be fair, last week there was some solid setups that just didn't play out in terms of the setup criteria. Played out in direction. The one was the GU. The one was GU right last week where, yeah, literally GU, we just didn't get that closure above. We were looking long here. Are you taking it? Sorry.
This candle closes the way it is now. I'll take it.
2 minutes. 1 minute.
Come on.
There's the one trade we literally just wanted this candle to close above. Didn't get it, just popped. The other one was GJ on Friday morning. The other one was GJ Friday.
I'm taking it, Chad.
Okay. You want to put it on your screen there for the lads?
I'm just entering it quickly.
Okay. Chad Keegs
3,
is
6, 7, 8, 4. Where is this now? Just trying to get this flipping thing right.
all right. Chad Keegadarius. Keegadero. What's your stop loss?
10 pop.
Sure. So you're sniper now. Sorry, Chad. Just gonna quickly show you guys. GJ, here's the other one. We just literally wanted a stronger close above here. But everything, this for me is an ideal buy scenario. We had the half round number here tested. We had Asia lows. We had the 80 bullish. Our daily bias was bullish, and that thing just catapulted to the upside. So, yeah, I don't really think I need to start getting creative with my setups, but it has been tough according to my rule set for getting trades. Can someone wake up gold? Hey, Chad. The nice thing about gold here is, I don't know, I don't think a lot of you know, but this is actually a pattern me and Keegan went through quite a bit, and it's called the pterodactyl pattern, where you will see it will actually create something like this now before it will launch its attack to the upside. So very few know this, but once it spews its tongue out, you get the move up. Some people call it a bullish pennant, but coming back from ancient times, the what did I call it? The Mayans. This was called the pterodactyl pattern. They actually traded beans using this pattern. So just keep an eye out for the pterodactyl there. Yeah, Keegs entered.
No, we're currently up.
Robbie, the indicator, sorry, I'm just going to jump to mine, is this one. Pivot point standard. This one right there. Alright, over to Keegs. Chad. If you want me to hit Keegan stops, just let me know and we'll play mute. We'll weaken up the dollar, but I wouldn't do that. We actually need a song to pump the dollar now. Like
Yeah.
if we haven't figured that out as of yet.
I'm okay with a little bit of rejection coming off this one because we're just testing the daily support. So I am okay with a little bit of rejection coming off here now. But DXY, going for those highs again, this flip zone. So again, same with DXY. If we can break with a closure above here, then I think we're on the money. So
DXY, Dev's bullish today. It's Dev's ranging, but we'll get super bullish above that daily pivot. Did some very beginner trader crap today. Almost lost all the profit I made last week today. Shooting shots and having a god complex for the market. We ain't never moving a stop loss. Dylan, I've been there, and actually what that is when your ego, you don't want to accept that you're wrong on a trade. And it's not really a beginner thing, it's just purely ego. So don't even stress about it. That is the one thing in trading that we fight every single day, and that is our ego. Because you don't wanna be wrong. That's just the thing. And the market a lot of times is going to prove you wrong. And here's my thing. It doesn't get easier. It is literally just your ability to manage that emotion every single day, to humble yourself and say, listen, yeah, I'm coming into the market with the full expectation that I can either be right or I can be so completely wrong. And it shouldn't have a mental effect on me, but I should also have the ability to say, fuck, I'm wrong. And that is Kiggs. I'm just talking about the one brother there saying that he couldn't close a trade or he moved his stops, and I said as a trader we need to fight that ego every single day.
yeah, very, very true. Come on, DXY, do it for us.
Chris's ability to talk shit without so much as an eye twitches. Alrighty, Chad. Things are looking relatively chalked.
Yeah, I'm just watching this DXY now.
Chalk
That's at that
nation.
zone.
It
Is
needs to
gonna
go through.
reject?
I think it could go through, even if it just spikes those highs, Keeks, because that's not a reversal pattern on DXY.
To be fair, it has just been consolidating there and it's still killing the pound.
Really important for me if you can reply. Robbie, could you please honest and tell us whether it is possible to make wealth out of trading? I've lost from last 4 years and last year was break even for the year. Can business like money be made here? Robbie, I think the first thing, my brother, let me just help you coming onto this channel. Your question is completely wrong. Your question, firstly, is your focus is money. And here's the thing in life. If you chase money, you're going to chase your own tail. So your first question is chasing money here. Your question should be, can I learn something here that can improve my trading from losing the last 4 years to not just only being break even? Forget the money. The money will follow once you've got the process and once you've got the ability to identify trade setups and to manage them effectively. So please, it is important for me for you to understand that your question is wrong. So your outlook is wrong, and therefore you cannot connect the dots with trading. Don't ask about can money be made here. Ask yourself, can I learn something here that's going to add value to my trading toolbox? Please, forget the money. The money will follow as soon as you have the ability to complete the process of what trading requires. Your thinking on the money is blocking you from ever being able to actually objectively look at your trading and tell yourself, why have I been losing for 4 years? That is my thing. So, and I'm not pissing on you, Robbie. It's just some people need to hear this. Forget about the money. Get yourself to focus on the process. And it sounds very cliche because a lot of the scammers say that, oh, trust the process, but their process is shit. Let's just be quite frank here. It's not about the money. Some of you have got it the wrong way around. Forget about the money. Ask yourself, how can I improve my trading? How can I get to the stage where I can take a $100 account and I can trade it to $10 in that month? You don't have to do 400%. You're never going to take $100 to 4 million or whatever it is. You're not a bad trader. You're just undercapitalized. That's why prop firms are there. Once you've got the skill, like Hardus, for instance, he's a student. I've helped him a little bit. He's a family member of mine, and he's in his first year in university, and that man is already up, I think, 1% on a $100,000 account. And it's not about the money for him, it's about the process. Every time he asks me a question, it is to improve his ability to trade. Either it's a question about fundamentals, or it's a question about trade management, or it's a question about how he could have improved his entry. Never once did he say, Chris, how can I make more money trading? No. I think it was Sanos that said when you interview him, learn the skill, the money will follow. Yes, it is as simple as that. Forget the money. Honestly, Chad, the money is just going to hinder you from putting that ego aside and to basically do what you need to do. And I've been there. I'm talking out of experience. Please, whenever I talk about something trading related, business, family, whatever it is, I'm talking out of a place of experience. It's not something that I read in a book. It is not some fairy tale. It is real life experience. You cannot teach or preach which you have not gone through yourself.
Alright, Chad, you guys can go break even on the trades so long if you want to. I'm gonna just wait for the candle closure, but you guys can go break even so long.
Turtle trader 100%, man. It's just a side effect of good trading. I agree with you 100%. Chris, need to confirm the 5130 intake applicants have been selected and need to send intake forms. The rest of us did not make the pre-cut. Steve, if you want to join, please just email infop@voltmarkets.trade and say, listen here, please send me the intake form. You can still enter. You can still enter, my brother. Cryptic on point. From this channel, you changed my outlook on trading. No, Crypto, you change your own outlook, my brother. As I always say that, like, people can come in here and they can walk away after watching these streams for days, for weeks, and not change. And then somebody like yourself, Cryptic, can come in here and have a complete mind switch. Let's call it a mental shift. And again, two people sitting in the same room watching the same TV show. One can have an epiphany, the other one can still be a potato. Sorry, but that's just facts, Chad. That's just literally extra crispy. I'll check it a little bit later, my brother. I'm not gonna be that active on Discord today because after the stream, directly after the stream, we need to set up the podcast, and then after that, we need to deconstruct the podcast set. Get ready for Keegan's stream this afternoon. So obviously no podcast on Friday. Edgar was here. Edgar knows it's not like unplugging one thing. It's an operation. Keeks, I don't think people
They do not understand.
the podcast is but it's going to be a good one. Hanging out with our brother from another mother, Ridal Fix. He's going to expose Keegan for giving these scam trades where Keegan takes shorts on a live stream. How dare you, Keegan, take winning trades on a live stream, calling it out live.
How dare you?
You're giving scammers a bad name, dude. Stop it.
This is demo life.
What are you doing? And then you still want to go and withdraw profits and go buy Bogart shirts and stuff. No, man.
There's another special starting tomorrow. Maybe we just need to go get a few more wins. Then we'll go have a little shopping spree myself and Chris.
How dare you, Keeks? Where's your signals group? You need a signals
Okay, guys,
group.
that closure. Nah, I've gone break even at Jad.
Keeks, show me your signals group. Traders.
The signal was sent. Hey, Baba.
Kent Football TV, brother. Gold is gold at this stage. Still ranging.
Our goals are nothing, guys.
I don't know what to tell you on gold. Gold is chalk, my bro. Gigs, but job, please stop sharing these winning trades. You're taking food off the scammers' tables, please. Chad, the big idea with Rydal here is we want to get Rydal to stop exposing these scammers. That is why we got Rydal in. He's bad for business for the scammers. No, I'm kidding. You better believe if you're a scammer, the one guy that's living in your head rent-free is Rydal Fix.
Yeah.
That man is low-key living in your head rent-free.
He's there just like, whew.
When you're looking to scam, the first thing you think about is, shit, if Rydal gets me on this.
It's a case of literally like, shit, is Rydal watching?
Benjamin, it's not a RSI. It almost looks like the RSI, but it is. Sorry, Kicks, I'm just going to throw over to my screen.
Sure.
It's a accumulation distribution indicator, and it just has a 200 EMA moving average. So they usually use it in stocks to show buy orders against sell orders. And the theory behind it is that if price is trading below the 200, that there's more selling pressure than buying pressure. And if it's trading above the 200, it indicates that there's more buy orders in the market than sell orders. So we just use that as a confluence to back up our trade idea. So for instance, if we're looking short ideally we want the 80 to trade below the 200 and vice versa. Looking long, we want it to trade above. Chad, I think you guys have a very solid trade here with Keegs. I think always remember that the S1 also becomes a critical pivot. So what's going to happen here is if this rejects, you'll see this continue lower. And again, as mentioned, I was expecting that I didn't get the retest, but I was expecting that equal lengths move to the downside. So I do think this trade has got some legs to go. Maybe another, 8 pips. But I think by that time you guys will already be out of it. What is your TP target? 10, 15 pips?
I think it was 10. Yeah, or
Okay.
11 basically.
1 to 1.
But the thing is, we are break even now. So that's the thing, like Chris was saying, if anything, this S1 should hold as resistance now. If it starts breaking back, you know what, it's fine. Like, I'm really okay. It's break even. So, not going to bother me too much. DXY, I don't know what DXY is doing. That thing is... so, we'll just see what happens.
Robbie, firstly, Robbie, I'm gonna tell you now already. You are rushed. So I'm gonna ask you, Robbie, just the way that you try to extract skills, risk management, psychology, money management, asking it in one question and then asking again, please do talk about skills we need to improve our trading. Me talking here for 5 minutes is not going to give you all of that. Firstly, you need to stick around. You need to watch at least a month worth of streams. You need to go through at least 20 trades with us, and you will see how we manage our trades, how we manage our risk. And it is not going to happen in literally one stream for you. So again, I think one of the big reasons why you were losing for 4 years is because you're in a rush. And with that being said, being in that rush that you are, you literally just reset your progress every week, every month, every day. Make a little bit of money, lose it. Make a little bit of money after a week, lose it. So all you're doing is you're in that death loop. So if I can suggest anything for you, my brother, take a step back and start from the basics. Join the streams. We talk about it daily. You're gonna join the Discord as well. There's a trade plan for you. You can use that trade plan. Start looking at when do you trade? What is your entry criteria? What is your trade management criteria? And then start building from there. You're a little bit all over the place, my brother, so I'm literally here to help you, but you have to take a little bit of a backseat, calm it down a few notches, and stick around. Keegan will tell you as well, nothing's going to change in a 5-minute stream or you joining a stream for the first time. King Shaq, why do you choose violence?
What happened now?
The two Gs aren't competing against one another.
Wait, what?
They want us to do a leaderboard who catches the most pips. We're literally in the same team here. King Shaq choosing violence. Alrighty, markets are looking fairly chalked at this stage. Dude, I don't think I can take another week of this price action. Chris, do you
I
have...
don't think any of us can.
Yes, dude, this range is killing me. Chris, release an ebook version of the updated trading plan and we will buy it to support the channel. Yeah, we want to, as far as we can, try and keep everything for free. Chris, do you have any good trading psychology books that you recommend? Best Loser Wins, John Ray Coetzee, from Tom Ogard. Very, very good book. Best Loser Wins. That changed it for me in trading. Money is on Keeks though. King Shack, violence, my bro. I feel like you want to get timed out. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, sir. Lost my mom and dad and have 4 sisters. Thought I could give this a crack, but you're right. Trading requires discipline and patience, and my losses won't just come back. It will take time. Robbie, firstly, trading is not going to solve your financial issues. I just, unfortunately, I have to crack that to you. If you are struggling financially, trading is just going to exponentially worsen that. So do not see trading as an outcome for your poverty or your need. Trading, if you learn the skill, can get you out there, but again, you cannot come into trading with the idea that it's going to solve your money problems. If you already have a money problem, it's just going to worsen it. So rather spend your dollars wisely on either educating yourself, either trying to study yourself, go and study, advance yourself in your career, but trading is not going to get you out of that spot. Believe me, trading is like having a little bit of fire on your shoes, a little bit on fire, and you're like, I want to put it out, and you take petrol to put that fire out.
Trading's a brutal game.
No, dude, it's crutches. I wouldn't suggest any new trader that's struggling goes through ICT stuff. Very few traders actually grasp what ICT is teaching. And for the most part, you'll see that most of the guys that are successful with ICT's concepts only use part and parcel of his concepts. For instance, Jade Cap literally just uses the power of 3 taught by ICT. But a new trader, if you want to kill him completely on his journey, send him to ICT. So I honestly want to say, if you want to kill a newbie trader, send him to ICT's YouTube channel.
GU traders all over the place. Oh my word. Guys, like I said, I hope you're just break even. Like, I'm just leaving this at this point.
Yeah, Slasher Cakes agree. Robbie, the strategy I teach is very simple, and I can guarantee you consistency if you follow the plan, if you wait for your setups. Again, it's not me saying that, it's me seeing the fruit of it. People that I've taught, people that have been on the streams that use the strategy. For instance, that family member, Hardus, you can ask him. He took it, he made it his own, but I can guarantee you, if you want to honestly kill somebody's trading journey, send them to ICT. If I ever want to end somebody and I don't like them and they struggle with trading, I'll tell them go and watch ICT's videos. Trend, you can. You just need to have at least a 0.02 open, so you can manually close 0.01. Strobe K, just found your channel, loving the content, appreciate it, man. Very welcome. Hope you will stay and join us on this journey into 2024. So if you're saying trading won't help, then why do you trade and why waste time if you can't make money, especially when you've done this for long?
Never said you can't make money.
You're my dude.
Okay, put it this way. Very, very simple. A billionaire will spend millions to become a billionaire. A millionaire will spend thousands to become a millionaire. You aren't willing to even throw a few hundreds at something. Or you people aren't willing to lose. That's why when you guys have one stop loss, you guys throw your toys out the cart. We can take losses to make thousands. And that's the difference. We're accepting of what trading really is.
But you have money,
so
you've got money to lose.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he doesn't understand. When you have a money issue,
yeah, then I'm not going to tell you to trade, because you're going to lose before you win.
Robbie, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you cannot make money trading. Again, I told you for most of the guys that have been here, when I came into trading, I wasn't poor. I had a high earning job. I was qualified. I was working as a structural engineer. I had money. So to come in with the thing of that I have to make money, or trading is going to solve my debt issues, that psychological burden is what's going to kill you, not the trading. We never said that you cannot make money from trading. Please, my brother, that is why I can see now why you have been losing for 4 years, and you're a junior lawyer. So beautiful. So all of a sudden you were struggling, now you're a junior lawyer. I think you need to find God, my brother. Firstly, let's sort out the spiritual aspect of it. Chat to me. Let's first get you saved, my brother. Let's first open your eyes to the Word of God and get your soul saved, and then we will try and save that mind. Yes, dude. I don't know. Sometimes it just amazes me.
But you know, my thing is, you'll be like, oh, I'm making this amount of money, but then why are your money problems?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you know, my thing is
Robbie not Anton?
No, but you know what? This is what we're talking about early in the stream, and I think Robbie wasn't here for that. There's no trying to flex here, bro. Put the fucking ego aside. You're here in the first place because you want to learn. Now you're trying to flex and do things. Well, then clearly you don't need our advice. So then fuck off and do what you want. It's simple as that. Don't now put an ego in the way when people are just trying to give you the honest advice. Like, I can tell you now, bro, I lost thousands getting into trading before I got to where I am now. Chris will tell you the same. Any good trader will tell you that. And I can tell you this now. If any guy does tell you trading is easy, let me help you, this, he's a scammer.
Yeah, trading is not easy. That's the... Chad, that's the... When I had breakfast with Rydell this morning, that is the first issue I've got. And we talked about it earlier in the week with the UFC fight with Dricus and all of his opponents. If you underestimate your opponent, you are gonna get wrecked. And it's exactly the same with trading. You have to come into this market every day respecting it. That's why I say, even for me that has been trading for a lot of years, I have to put that ego aside and say, listen here, if I didn't do my due diligence with checking what's happening on the fundamental calendar, what is my fundamental picture? What is my trade setups that I'm looking for? What is my trade plan? What is my trade entry criteria? You have to respect the market, because this is the opponent. The market is the opponent and your own mind is the opponent. So if you come into trading thinking it's easy, you've already lost. Kicks, you've already lost 90% of the battle.
Yeah.
Because you don't give trading the respect it deserves.
Bro, trading, I don't care who you are, trading will humble the shit out of you.
I like when Chris and Keeks play good cop. Neil S. Trader, you know what's the funny thing? Trading actually does not require a lot of, I don't want to say brain power, but for instance, being a structural engineer is a lot more difficult than trading mentally in terms of knowledge. Being a chartered accountant is more difficult. Being a doctor is more difficult. The thing with trading that makes it so difficult is the mind game. The other opponent is your psychology and your emotion. And that is the battle we fight as traders. Not, I can teach you a strategy and you can follow it and you can be very profitable and you can come back 5 years down the line and say, Chris, you changed my life. But it's that mental battle that kills a lot of guys. It's not the knowledge. Anybody can study textbooks. You can show me candle patterns. You can show me this. You can show me that. You can recite every economic theory there is. You can cite all of that. But that psychology, it takes a special type of person to hold your shit down in the market. Extra crispy 100%. Not everybody. This is a brutally fucked up game, trading, and you actually need to be a little bit mental yourself to get into this game, if I'm very honest. That's why Chris is always say round one fight. Isaac, it's a journey, my brother. Once you realize that the knowledge and the strategy, like Keegan can give you strategy, but there's a mental aspect. There's a mental muscle that Keegan has trained over the years. There's a mental muscle that I've trained over the years, and that we still need to be disciplined. We still need to fight those demons. We still need to come in here saying like, flip Keegs. I can be wrong today. I can be wrong this entire week. You saw me last year when I went through a losing streak. And it starts playing games on you. And that is where you start to build on, okay, this is what it takes to be a trader. This is the opponent that I'm facing. There's going to be times where the one guy in the chat said it now, you get a God complex. You can't lose. We had it at one stage last year, Keegs. Remember when it felt like we couldn't lose? Like,
Yeah.
I would enter a trade last year and not even once did I even think about managing the risk. It's like I've seen the setup play out. I enter it. I know exactly where I'm going break even. I hit my TP. I call it a day. And then I went through a period where I couldn't hit a win for shit. I don't even think I could have made money if I faded myself because I was trading because the market was ranging. And so again, it is a battle that you're gonna need to fight. And but at the end of the day, 5 years, 10 years down the line, what the camera just did the camera fall? Ooh, camera done. Sure. Is the camera chalk?
I don't know.
No. Is it chalk? Something happened there. But yeah, Robbie, please, brother. I don't want to always be that guy that chirps somebody, but please have the humility to come in and say, listen, this is what I'm struggling with. Don't demand questions to be answered, and your attitude is just wrong, my brother. So sorry, man. Again, we don't want to be those guys that you feel like we're attacking you, but some people just have the complete wrong mindset, and sometimes you just need that firm I don't even want to say correction, but you just need that person to snap you out of your little dream and say, wake the fuck up. This is not a dream. This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. So get your shit together and start working.
And there's Chris playing good cop again.
Is that okay? Is that good? We can't help you if you can't help yourself. 100%. What do you think of UJ? I've been looking at it now. Weird thing for me is here's that key level. I want to answer the other questions in the chat right now. Remember, I'm still bullish on the week, so I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at this right here. So I'm still keen for the longs. Weirdly enough, I'm still keen for the potential longs if we can hold above this 50, and if we can hold above this 200, then I'm still very keen for the longs. So I'm monitoring this. These are the things we need to hear, though. Super insightful. And again, Slasher Cakes, please note, whenever we preach something here, we're preaching to ourselves first. 100%. Like everything I say here, I want to preach to myself and Keegan as well. If Keegan says something here, he's not really preaching to you, he's preaching to himself. And same with me. And okay, let's quickly look at Chris Market Bull. Could you check EJ? Let's quickly check EJ for you, brother.
GU is tapped, guys.
Break even.
Yeah.
Okay, break even for Keeks on GU. EJ, very, very similar for me, brother. We've held that key level down here. I might even wait a little bit later to see what we do at Asia highs, but nothing here for me. You've got the half round number here that held, but the only thing is you've got this moving average here, which is posing a little bit of a problem. Chris, just being the responsible dad cop. Do you guys trade with funded accounts? Yes, and our own accounts as well. This stream brings it all: ethics, trading, mindset, good vibes, and a solid community. Thanks, Boss Bobby. We try our best. You will learn a good life lesson here. Gold, please. Bongani, gold is now making its way back to Asia highs, as mentioned. You either want to monitor Asia highs, but the better one is you want to monitor what's going to happen down here. That is ultimately where you want to be focusing your eyes, is down there. Yo, why don't you close half the position and then let the rest run? Man, I've done that in the past. You can do it. You can test it for yourself. Close half your position, close, break even. I told Neil that as well. Neil can also back me up. Okay, can you explain your approach to developing risk mitigation plans and how you ensure their effectiveness? Acumen, it almost sounds like we're doing a health and safety file here, but risk mitigation for me is purely to accept that I'm on the wrong side of the market. So there's usually two things I look for. If I enter a trade and it's starting to range, it is very likely that that price is not going to move, and I don't want to sit in a trade that is just ranging, so I'll kill that. The second thing is, if I'm trading, let's say for instance I traded short, let's say price did something like this and I took a short here, but I see that price is constantly coming back to this level. Price is constantly coming back to this level. I've entered the trade, but it's constantly sticking around here. So it's showing me that the sellers don't really have a lot of authority in this region, and they're not really willing to take price away from here. That is also showing me that, hey, listen here, the sellers might be exhausted and the buyers might want to start taking control here. So that is the other case scenario, is that usually if a level is strong and let's say sellers are in control, they are very quickly going to take it away from that level to establish their dominance. That is the other way that I look at it. Like if a level is a key level, price should not stick around there. Some people have this theory that the more times a level gets tapped, the stronger it becomes. No, the weaker it becomes, because it clearly shows that the sellers can't get it away from that level and the buyers constantly bring it back to that level. So that's the other way to look at it. The other way for risk mitigation is I do not try and sell a session low or buy a session high unless there's a fundamental driver, because then I know there's going to be an influx of volume. And also I ideally want to trade with inside a daily range. So let's say, for instance, we've established a daily low here and I'm still bearish. I would more likely want to sell there than sell a session low, because there's still some daily range for me to fill. And for the most part, we all know that usually how a reversal happens is you'll either get some type of W bottom, or you'll get some type of liquidity sweep or an equal low, but always tops and bottoms get formed by something that looks like this or something that looks like this, purely due to the fact that it's not about liquidity this or that. It is purely that the order flow usually, and I say usually, not always, that if London session created a high, usually between the crossover there'll be some type of correction, and then NYSE would go to try and retest the session highs. That is always the theory that I follow, because what is going to change from the London traders over to the NYSE traders? They're all looking at the same macroeconomic fundamentals. They all have the relatively same economic background in terms of, not academic background. So whatever the London guys did, there's no special information that the NYSE guys have. So if there's no real fundamental drivers during NYSE, the only thing that's going to happen is the New York traders is literally going to follow what the London traders did. And it is very simple. You can go and back test it. Don't take my word for anything I say here. Go and test it, come back and say, Chris, you're talking a whole lot of bullshit, and that is fine. Or you can come back and say, Chris, I didn't even think about that. But Chad, anyways, let's see, before we head off, podcast in the pipeline about tax, correct? I will be going down to Tax Consulting SA. Is your fund firm for locals or other countries? For everyone. Vault Funder is for everybody. Okay. Chad, we're going to get going here. We're going to set up the pod in an hour and a half time. We've got Rydal Fix. I don't know if you guys remember Forex Rob, but Rydal is literally the commissioner of Oath, the Forex police, the general, anything scams related. This is the guy that keeps Forex scammers awake at night. We flew him in specifically for this pod, and we're gonna get going here, setting up that podcast in an hour and a half's time. Get your questions ready. We're gonna do 5 giveaways at the podcast. I wanted to do one now, but let's do 5 giveaways during the podcast. It's either going to be in the middle, or maybe we do one at the start, one in the middle, 3 at the end. We'll see how it goes, but we'll definitely be giving away 5 accounts today during the pod. And Keeks, any closing remarks for the Chad here?
No, that's it, guys. Honestly, just going off what the trend was this session, stop focusing on the money, focus on the skill, and it will all start coming together for you.
Thanks, Chad. Nothing much to look out for. We'll be live 4 o'clock this afternoon as well. Nothing I can really say that I'm looking at with confidence. Everything is still developing. most of the pairs only up or down 0.1% on the day. So I'm thinking it's either going to be GDP coming out a little bit hotter than expected in the Eurozone. Keegs, you really think jolts and consumer confidence can pump the market this afternoon? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think it could.
All right, chat. See you guys at 1:30, hour and a half time. You don't want to miss it. 5 accounts, and we will see you guys there. And Robbie, I don't know if you're still listening, but good luck, my brother. Come back, better mindset. Humble yourself a little bit. I'll try and humble myself as well, or I don't try. I do that every day. And let's see if we can work together. Chat. See you guys at 1:30. Let's get this set up here. And just to leave you guys, I'm going to leave you with a little banger here. And check the dollar drop. I don't think you guys are ready. You already know where we're going with this. It's Tuesday. Feels like a Friday, baby. Rattle Fix in the house. See you guys in a little bit. But let's get it, Chad.